Hello everyone, my name is Kasia Patelski, one of the instructors for this course. Today I will be taking you through how to complete the 3 steps for the Excel certification through Blackboard instruction. If you're interested in how long the process will take, please estimate 4 hours for step 1, 4 hours for step 2, and 2 hours for step 3, with a total estimated hours of 10 for the whole certification process. To begin, the 3 steps are Step 1, which is complete all chapters 2 through 7 of the training process. Each chapter is worth 10 points, so this step is worth 60 out of 100 points for your grade and completion of the certification. The rubric for the certificate, which is also available in this folder right here, is 10 points for watching this introduction video, 10 points for each chapter, and 30 points for geometrics testing, which all adds up to 100 points. You will need 100 points to qualify to sit for the actual exam. You do not need each section to be graded to move on to the next chapter. In other words, if I expand my Step 1 training folder, I could complete all these chapters in one day. I do not need someone to grade me on chapter 2 to move on to 3, 4, and 5. I can move on all at once. So for Step 1 training, to see all these chapters, I'll expand the folder. And here we have all of our chapters. For example, to show you guys how to upload and submit each chapter, I'll click on chapter 3, for example, and I'll click view instructions. Here we'll have the instructions on the top to download a file and to follow along with the videos posted on the instructions, and then to upload the completed file. So to download my file, I'll click these 3 little dots right here and click download. Once it's open for my downloads, I'll click on that file. So this one should be chapter 3 Excel. Once we open up our Excel file, we should click enable editing so we're able to edit our document. To access our instructions, we'll go to our instructions. And we'll see here is a whole instruction tab showing us what we're going to do in, for example, chapter 3. And if we don't know how to do these instructions, we can follow along with each video attached to each step. So once I complete all the steps in this chapter, for example, I'll go to File, Save As, Browse, and I'll save it wherever I want on my computer. For example, I'll just save it to my downloads and click Save. I'll exit out, and then I'll click the little paperclip icon on Blackboard right here. I'll go to where I saved it. So here I saved it in my downloads. I'll click on that file. So this one should be chapter 3 Excel, open, save, and add submitted. And we do that for each of these chapters. Once you have completed all of these chapters, you'd be moving on to step 2 and 3. And step 2 and 3 only become available on Blackboard once you complete step 1. So step 2 will be practicing through geometrics. So if I expand that folder, I'll see that we have 2 exams, respectively, in testing and training mode. And our geometrics or your geometrics code will be available to you once you have uploaded your submissions of the chapters to Blackboard. And as I said before, you'll notice 2 links for the 2 exams in testing and mode and in 2 in training mode. You must pass an exam in testing and in training mode to qualify to sit for the actual exam. In other words, I'd have to pass 1 exam in testing mode, 1 exam in training mode. But I do not need to do all of these to qualify to sit for the actual exam. However, we recommend doing more practice exams that are available to you guys in geometrics for extra repetition. And a passing score of 70% or 700 out of 1,000 is required for each of these exams. So for example, if I want to do my practice exam 1 in testing mode, I'll click on it here and I'll click launch. And on my Windows right here on my computer, I have geometrics already downloaded, but if I don't on my Windows, I'd click download geometrics SMS to download it. And on the Mac, you would download and save this on the cloud. So here, since I already have geometrics downloaded, I'll just click open. And here's a simulation of what the actual exam will look like. So you'll go along with each project, you'll go along following each task, and you'll grade each project once you're done with each step. And the difference between training mode and testing mode is that in training mode, on the bottom here, you would get this little blue button that says hint or help, and that would give you the hint to solve this question. For example, if I don't know how to apply the green flags icon set, the hint will help me tell me the instructions for the step. So once I complete everything, I'll click Save Project. And then I would go back to Blackboard once I complete passing one exam in testing mode and one exam in training mode. Once you've done that, now it's time to schedule your actual exam or go to step 3. So you could book a time with us, the GBFI, for either a remote or in-person exam. And the exam itself is 50 minutes and it will be a simulation. So there are no multiple choice questions on the exam. And if you score at least a 700 out of 1,000, you have passed the exam and you will receive your certification. In essence, there are 3 steps: training, passing a practice exam in training and testing mode, and passing is 700 out of 1,000, and taking the actual exam. There is an FAQ section on the GBFI website and also attached here on our Blackboard site as well. If you're interested or you have any questions about their certificate that we have not covered in this video. Thank you for listening.